Greetings from Southern California. I'm standing on the pier of Manhattan Beach. It's a city, and of course, it's a long stretching beach full of people on this beautiful August Sunday. I feel the time is right to address this question openly. Throughout my practice over the years, I have been asked over and over this question: Kemila, do you work with my spouse? Do you work with my partner? Do you work with my siblings, my parents, my children, my friend? Of course, the answer I normally would give is yes, of course I work with them. I work just like anyone who wants to work with me, I would work with them. Now, when I answer that question, yes, I do, I would normally add that to have their, your spouse, your partner, your children, have them contact me when they are ready. So that's normally my answer. Like what they say in psychology, how many psychologists does it take to fix a light bulb? And the answer is that the light bulb wants to be fixed. So that's normally my answer to the question. And also on my website, I have clearly stated that as well. However, I noticed over the years there are some eager people, some people who are very eager to have their loved ones helped or fixed. Some of them are my clients. I remember some weeks ago, a client who have benefited from my service. I was very happy for my service, and he said, I'm going to send you my partner. Some of them are not my clients, but they have a belief, the faith in hypnotherapy. So they would like to send me their loved ones. And most of these people actually not only suggest their loved ones to see me, but also they offer to pay for my services. And after that, they would find their own way to bring or drag their loved ones to my office. For me, I show up when people are ready, and I do my best. However, the reason I'm talking about this today is that I have found, in a general sense, this kind of cases really doesn't work very well. The reason I normally don't say no to this kind of requests, this kind of cases, is that the person that they want to be helped with, they are not forced at a gunpoint, for example, to my office. So there might be some little window of hopefulness in them or curiosity. And I, as a hypnotherapist, as a practitioner, I may find those little spark, those windows of curiosity, hopefulness, and work from there. So there is a chance that it can work. And I have had these kind of cases that could be quite transformational when my skill set and this person's curiosity, the spark of hopefulness can be a good match. And then that can still allow me to get into their inner world, their subconscious mind. But those kind of cases, after many years of practice, I have to say, can be quite rare. Those cases are not very common. And there are many cases, even though this person is not forced at gunpoint into my office, but they might just have this mindset of, okay, if I don't do that, my loved one, my partner, or my family members, the one who initiates this can get extremely angry. So because of that, they may just want to come anyways, and get over it, so to speak. So in that case, me as a practitioner, I find those people are very passive, very reluctant, very unwilling And so there actually isn't much that I can do when they are like that. They just want to show up to get over it. And probably just prove that hypnotherapy doesn't work for them. So yeah, that's the case. I do show up to give myself and give this person a chance, but these kind of cases are quite rare. The boardwalk of Venice Beach, it's a place that things happen, and it's along the boardwalk. I cannot avoid any music. It's a noisy place, so I try to speak up. And on the another side, it's just a vast beach and the ocean here, and it's just an incredible place. Back to our subject. Imagine I'm sitting in an office with someone who's quite unwilling and reluctant for this line of work, and I have nothing else to work with. As a hypnotherapist, I only have the person's mind to work with my skill set, the language we have. There's nothing else I have. I don't have a prescription or any instrument or magic wand or any potion. It's the mind I have to, someone's mind I have to work with. And a person is not an object that I can fix. Anyone, any person is a subject in their own life, in their own right. And fundamentally, everyone is in control of their own mind, their own life. And I do not have control over anyone else's life, anyone else's mind, no matter where they are, including in my office. So I have found that working directly with someone with the agenda of a third person, normally that third person is the one who's paying for my services. And this person I'm directly working with is quite unwilling or reluctant, and I cannot work against anyone's mind. So you can imagine that it's a very tricky situation, to say the least, for everyone involved. I do appreciate this person's willingness and eagerness to help their loved ones. However, fundamentally, we are, as individuals, we're all in this life in our own journey, wherever we are. So when we perceive that our loved ones need to change or to be different for our life to be a little better, that is actually a myth. That's it's not so. Trying to change our loved ones for me to feel better is working against our true nature, ourselves. Let's take this a little further. If all you want is for your own life to be a little easier by changing or fixing your own loved ones, there got to be an easier way to go about it, because fixing them so that makes your life easier sounds like a harder way, not an easier way. So is it possible for you to choose to be easier when your loved ones are doing it again, whatever that it means, addictions or emotional outburst? I'm going to repeat my question. Is it possible for you to choose to allow it to be easier when your loved ones are doing it again? After all, it was you who subscribed to hypnotherapy. Maybe I can work with you to achieve what you want to achieve, to make your own life a little easier. Instead of, I can work with you to take this further, rather than fixing your own loved ones who might be not ready, the timing might not be right, who might still be reluctant. So if you want this to be easier for your life, choose the easier way. It's possible. you can change how you respond to the situations rather than fixing the situations, fixing other people. Who are your situations in this case? Maybe you can change how you respond to the situations so the light can shine through the heavy fog of your own past conditions. This lighthouse behind me is said to be one of the most photographed lighthouses in the world. It looks very pretty, perched on this the rock on the Point Vincent. That's where I am, and but the point is not the look of the lighthouse, even though it looks pretty. The point of the lighthouse is when it's in the dark, the beam of the light pierces through the darkness and the fog. Actually, this lighthouse has a built-in mechanism to automatically go off when detecting fog. So maybe the darkness of the sails in your relationship, you can be the light. You can be the one who first find the light and then be the light. That means actually when you choose to be easier, when you change how you respond, you are the light. It becomes easier for your loved ones to see alternatively. So be that light. Perceive differently in your own way. The alternative way of seeing, perceiving, and functioning for yourself. In our life, we have many anchors. Our five senses, our emotions, our fixations, our past experiences, they are ways for us to stay in our perceived reality. Those are anchors, anchoring us to our own perceived reality. But my perceived reality is not yours. Your perceived reality is not your loved ones. We all have our own perceived reality. We call that reality. But it's through our own past experiences, our beliefs, our emotions and fixations. So the anchors, they give us a sense of safety. It doesn't give us any true safety, but it gives us a sense of safety. Therefore, we are reluctant to release. We don't want to remove those anchors. We have probably even derived our identity out of it. So who am I? If I remove my anchors, I lose my identity. So that gives us a certain level of anxiety. But the anxiety only exists in our human level. Who we truly are has already transcended a human level. So with the anchor, your ship cannot really go anywhere. Only when we release the anchor can we start to sail. Our ship, our relationship, our friendship, our ship can sail when we have released our anchor. So if you trust, there are lighthouses around, and you feel relatively okay and safe to sail. Life is about sailing. Life is not about anchoring in a safe harbor. And so all you need to replace is not another anchor, but a sense of a sensor. So instead of reality anchor, now we have reality sensor. So that helps us navigate with a sensor like a probe to help us in our journey to sense our environment, our situations, and your reality. So they're going to provide you with a feedback, not up through the head, but actually through the body. The feeling feedback comes from inside of us, not outside of us. So your loved ones, they have the same internal setup, the same wisdom that you have. The more you let go of the anchors, the more you show as example of how to activate the different potentials, like a beam of light. for the sails in the darkness for your own loved ones. So yes, because of that, I am more interested in working with you rather than the problem ones in your life. What do they tell you really when a hurricane is coming up and you've got an anchor, you anchored your ship to a dock? Throwing out more anchors? No, actually. It's to sail your boat, sail your ship to the storm, into the storm. That's actually the safest place. When the storm coming up is to head into the storm. That's where we can go in your relationship with your loved ones.